I'm Anna. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm in fine art, and this is my last term, my 8th term.
Yay. What does tomorrow mean to you, like the theme? What do you think about it?
Well, when I first thought of it, I was like really intrigued by it. I always like very invested in arts, like contemporary art's ability to sort of like exist in time by either like distilling a contemporary moment or confusing some like relationship that people or like one doesn't often think about. So and I think that always just implicitly puts out this idea for like a better future, and I think that's just something I'm always thinking about in my work. I don't like know what it would be. I mean, I have ideas obviously, but I'm just kind of always like future tripping all the time. Yeah,
and we see that in your video. How do you relate your work to the theme of it?
Well, I think specifically with the like technology that I was using to make that one piece, with the use of photogrammetry, which, should I explain what that is? I guess it's basically like you get a bunch of pictures of something and it will render that object in digital space. So if you think about like Google Earth, or like all of Google Earth is just like a satellite that's like taking 1 million pictures per second and then like compiling it into like this database, and you can pretty much do it on your phone. So it's like this really like, it's this technology that's so consumer based, but also like part of this kind of insidious like mass surveillance system. So I think using that as a way to like create these digital characters that are really unsure of themselves, as a way to sort of talk about how like I feel kind of unsure of myself, and how I'm like formed in my relationship to like digital technology and like images, and then also using online conspiracy theories to also kind of talk about how there's a shift in how people and how I am organizing myself around these kind of ideas, and like just pretty much like technology, that like how do I see the world and myself, but like how does machines and how does like technology see us and the world, and I'm always just thinking about how using these technologies that are super magical and like awesome and sick, and then also like so scary and so evil, and how just like the contradictions in that, but how that's like where you find meaning, and that's like where you project into the future and like try to think about the cool things that these like technologies can do, and sort of, but also like the scary shit that they. So the idea was that when you take a photogrammetry, a kind of crude one on this app on my phone, it renders everything pretty much the same, but then when you flip it over, the inside of the thing is hollow, like the object. So I scanned in a tombstone, and then like some puppets, and either the backside of it is completely hollow or the underside of it is hollow, which was really interesting to me, how basically machines just assume that stone is kind of just a facade. It's just like all like surface, no substance. This is my studio. Pretty much this is where everything happens, because I do mostly video, and most of my drawings are done here. So this is kind of like, this is pretty much my studio, but you know, the rest of it I'm trying to kind of expand and make more objects. So this is sort of like every time I have an idea, I'll write it down and put it on these sticky notes, and because I'm working towards a final show right now, I'll just write a bunch of and then I come in, and today I saw something, I was like, oh fuck that, I'm not doing that. So I took it down, and I write like little quotes, and just like if I'm like feeling lost, I'll just like look up and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. So let's try to incorporate this idea like into this piece somehow. And also sometimes it's really cool, you surprise yourself. Sometimes you like make something and you're like, oh whoa, I didn't even think about how this is connected to this.